the meetings, of course, teach a number of different soft skills. That goes without saying. The one thing that I think is really important about the hub and having a long-term connection with your fellow participants is the sense of accountability, right? Because every participant alongside the facilitator helps shape the program. And because that's the case, there's also a sense of responsibility and ownership over where we go and how we spend our time together. And you start to learn about the other participants' interests, their wants, what works for them. And so your decisions and the way that you influence the group also matters to the people around you. And I think that that is something that's really important. I mean, you learn to be accountable. You learn to be responsible for your own actions, for the actions, and also hold others to account, which is also a really important, quote unquote, soft skill. And I think that these are things that can be difficult to develop or to learn just within like the family structure. And so I think that having another place to exercise and practice those skills is really important. I mean, you go into this kind of like social feedback loop where you're being exposed to the interests of the other participants and at the same time exposing them to your interests and your projects and the things that you're really excited about. And you end up you end up having your eyes open to so many different like topics to a lot of different subject matter, and you end up stumbling into things that you maybe would have never discovered otherwise. I think that that's really important. I mean, everybody's learning in the hub amplifies and betters the learning of, the other participants. I think that the phrase peer pressure maybe gets a bit of a bad rap, and also, the way that we often think about peer pressure is very different. But I think that you can utilize it as a facilitator in the context, in the educational context of like a micro school or of an online cohort to essentially, yeah, better like have a deeper exploration of these different topics and to also motivate the participants in a way that would be very difficult to do in a one-on-one setting or would be very difficult to do in like a solo exploration of these topics. I think that it is really important and it's really validating, especially at this age where, you're starting to really understand your relation to others, to the world. The social bonds are starting to like have a more defining role in your life as a teenager, as a teen. I think that seeing other people get excited about a subject, seeing other people explore something, it's it's inspiring. And I think it's kind of liberating, right? Like you can kind of like throw off that teenage ennui and say that says like, oh, caring about something, isn't cool. That's not really true anymore. Anyways, I think that that's a really big part of it. So yeah, the social and the educational kind of go hand in hand and they enhance the other.